everyone, welcome to a new episode of Crafting with Cosplay Fabrics. My name is Indra, and today I'm going to show you how I made this EVA foam mask. So here are the materials that I'm going to be using for this project. First, I'm going to be using a 2mm thick EVA foam for this project. I'm also going to be using wax paper for easy cleanup, my heat gun, scissors. I'm also going to be using this styrofoam head. This is completely optional and it'll make more sense once I go through the tutorial, but this is because when I heat up the mask I want to heat shape it, and this is for safety reasons. You don't have to, you can just use your face, but I do want to have that as an option in case you want to just use that. I'll also be using acrylic paint in black and white. I'm going to be using Sharpies in metallic and black, a paintbrush, and scrap paper. So the first thing that I did is fold a piece of paper in half, and I'm drawing my design onto that half of the paper. Once I had that done, then I went ahead and cut it out with a pair of scissors, but if it is easier for you, you can also use an X-Acto knife for this. Once I had completely cut out my design, I went ahead and grabbed a piece of the EVA foam and I transferred the design onto the EVA foam by just tracing it using the metallic Sharpie. Once I had transferred the design, I went ahead and cut it out using a pair of scissors. Again, if it's easier for you, you can use an X-Acto knife. Once that was done, I went with the heat gun and started at a safe distance to heat up the EVA foam. If you want to, you can also just put it directly on a surface that won't get damaged by the heat and just hit the entire mask with it. But I like to do this little by little, like just heating it up little by little, and then taking the styrofoam head, or you can also put this directly on your face, and just to start heat shaping it. I like to do this several times until I find that it actually has the shape that I want. And once I have that done, then we are ready for painting. So I'm going to take a piece of wax paper for easy cleanup, and I'm going to start prepping the mask by using this Mod Podge spray, and this one is in gloss. Once I have a light coat of it, I go in with a sponge brush and just to kind of clean up any pooling. You don't have to do this. This is completely optional, but I think it creates a cleaner surface. Then I go ahead with the acrylic paint, and I'm using first the white acrylic paint, and I'm just doing a very thin line in the very center of the mask. And once I have that completely finished, then I'm gonna go ahead with the black paint and kind of smudge that whole white paint. I'm just trying to give this some dimension and make it look a little bit more 3D. Once that entire paint is completely done, then I'm going to go ahead again with the Mod Podge, give it a light spray, and go back in with the sponge brush. You can also just use a regular brush for this, but that's all it takes. And I hope that you like this tutorial. I hope you find it useful. I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another tip, trick, or tutorial featuring Cosplay Fabrics. Bye-bye!